What's up, my brothers and sisters? I'm back with another Kingdom Gem for y'all. I'm going to briefly go over what a yoke is, and then we'll dive straight into the text. So before we got into the text, I wanted to put some context behind what a yoke is. I'm not talking about the yellow part of an egg when I say yoke when we read this text. This is the yoke that I'm referring to in the text. A yoke is a wooden beam or frame fitted to the necks of two or more animals to enable them to pull together on a heavy load. Keep that in mind when you read the text. Jesus taught a lot in parables, and this is another one. Text. Matthew 11:28-30 states, "Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me. For I am gentle, humble in heart, and you will find rest for your souls. For my yoke is easy and my burden is light." So, we got two options in this life. We can either yoke with Jesus or we can yoke with sin. Yoking with Jesus helps you carry the burden. He helps you carry the burden, keeping you from becoming weary and tired, because Jesus does most of the heavy lifting for you. Jesus does the heavy lifting. Being in the presence of God makes life easier. When you're yoked with sin or worldly things, which doesn't at all help you carry the burden, then you become weary and tired. When you choose to live in sin, you are choosing not to yoke with Jesus, and life is going to be hard. But when you choose to yoke with Jesus, He carries the load for you, making the life easy. All in all, you have two choices in this life. A hard life filled with sin and pleasure for the flesh, or an easy life in the presence of God, where you've laid your sin at the cross and sacrificed your worldly pleasures and pleasing of the flesh in order to please God. So, back to the text. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me. So Jesus is saying, yoke with me, learn from me. I am gentle and humble in heart, and you will find rest for your souls. It's self-explanatory, guys. The parable of this was the yoke. I explained to you what a yoke is so that it can break down the text a little bit easier for you to understand. Do you want to yoke with Jesus, or do you want to yoke with sin? Those are the only two decisions you have in this life. There's no in between. There is no, it's either the path that everybody takes or the narrow path that nobody takes. What do you want to choose?